Eugen. I'm going to do your soul rebirth journey now. So you've had some very painful experiences that you've been enduring for quite some time related to your mother. So we really need to help you cycle out of that because you've got a lot of contaminated energy in there. Just really painful memories and painful feelings that just you've been having forced to sort of digest this over and over and over again for years. And you're finally trying to move on in ways that you haven't been able to, and it's getting even harder. So she's really contaminating. And you also feel like those repressed emotions may have turned into demon entities in your head. So you want peace and forgiveness and love in your head. Towards your mother. So this you're quite a wonderful person. Let me go ahead and I'm just gonna relax and we're gonna get started, okay? I'm just going to let you viewers know that I'm exploring doing these from a different angle. So usually I do some channeling and do a spiritual permission slip, but I'm not going to continue doing that only because I want to focus on the journey work. And I feel like it gets redundant. And I want to, when I end up doing the channeling and stuff, I actually journey into your spiritual atmosphere at that time. So I'm journeying into your spiritual atmosphere now twice. So I'm going to start, I want to be more available, and this is going to help me help more people as well. And my spirit guides and I have worked on this decision, and it's become clear that the spiritual permission slip takes place the moment that you purchase a request with me. So Eugen, I'm going to go straight into your spiritual atmosphere, and we're going to get right down to business, okay? So just so you know, I do not have a spiritual permission slip for Eugen, but the spiritual permission slip has already reached me through her desire to connect with me and order this service with me. So we're going to go into your spiritual atmosphere. There's just all I'm seeing is a big pile of black. I mean, it could be like a poop pile. I mean, it's literally like a smush pile of black. And then there's dark walls. All I can see is just a smush pile of black. That's the first thing that I'm seeing. I have no sensations, no feelings, no smells, no nothing regarding this smush pile. Let's see. It does feel like it is... it would be like yogurty or something, but it's all black. There's something about you being stalled out and forced to. There's a play on words here. You're just forced to. It's like I'm supposed. I don't mean to be using this language, but you're being forced to like ingest shit. That's what this is. My biological brain is this is how this is coming to me. I don't know any other words to help define it. It's bad. This is so big. Abby even has to use bad words to describe it. It's a big pile of that you're having to be stuck, sort of. There's a part of you that's basically sort of stuck, not able to move, and you're just sort of staring into this, and then you can't even get out of the experience of seeing it, smelling it. It's just in your face. You're not even able to move away from it. There's a part of you that's literally like a statue, just standing there in this room. I'm trying to find the nicest way to put it. We gotta get you out of here. It's very interesting the way that the energy is moving through here. There really wants to manifest more visions of others, but I can't see them. beyond this. This is the only thing that I can see. This is really a reflection of what is the only thing you can see. You're constantly just stalled out having to deal with this in the forefront of your mind. Just getting in the way of everything else. Even is in the way of everything else for me. So it's very hard for me to even get to the next thing from this big pile here. This big pile here is stalling me out so I can't get through it, around it, whatever. This is just part of the wisdom, right? I can always get through it, but you need to have this understanding from the get-go. This is really important that you get to see from this angle, because you need to have an awareness that this thing has become so big in the forefront of your mind that it even consumes your ability to think about anything else. She really she really does this. She is this manifestation in your life that you're forced to sort of look at and just, and it's very toxic for your emotional mental balance. It's very toxic. You're aware of this. You're trying to really cycle out of this, but it is so hard. Because she just won't let it. She's gonna do whatever she can to keep you, her little sort of, she's just gonna keep dishing it out to you, and that makes her feel better. There's something weird about this. We will examine the soul of your mother as well, but for right now, this is where we're gonna begin. It's where my spirit guides take me. So I'm exploring how we can just, how can we transform this SHIT pile? How can we do it? We need to do this for you. You need this bad. I'm inspired to get some donkeys and a giant trailer in here, and then get a guy to just shovel it on a big shovel. So it's just like put the pile in the pan or something, and we'll just put it, and then donkeys, go take it away. I don't know where you're gonna take it. Just take it away from here. There's something about we gotta just come up with a creative way to make it fun, and just allow ourselves to laugh about it. It's just something about changing the vibration through laughter, through humor. You've been dealing with this for too long. It's a mountain of too much. SHIT pile. So I'm just, I'm watching the donkeys literally with a wooden cart hauling this away. It's sort of like Aladdin, where those guys fall into the pile, and that happens in Aladdin, where there's sort of guy and his donkey in this trailer or something. I don't know. Just thinking about this. All right. So, thing is I can remove this. I can have this pile hauled away all I want, but there's wisdom that must be shared in order to get it to go away entirely. It is still just sitting here. So part of it, in one version of this story, it is entirely being moved on. This version still shows that it is still here. So both versions are illusions, technically. Which illusion do you want to be your reality? You want the reality to be the donkeys haul it away, there is nothing here, now we got that out of the thoughts? Or do you want it to just be here, where you get to see, experience, and you're just trapped by it? My spirit guides say, allow her now to leave this space, this version of the reality, right? Allow her to leave this version of the reality and now enter into the version with this sort of beautiful nature scene, and donkeys way off in the distance, down this sort of beaten pathway, and it's so harmonious, birds chirping, beautiful crystal clear water here. We're going to I'm creating a doorway, and I'm encouraging you to go through the doorway and come with me to the other sort of reality, this other version, because it's time to move on. You're ready to move on, so let's move on. We can now. You've chosen to move on, let's move on now. So that's what we're doing. So you're just, I'm encouraging you to come over here, and I can definitely tell you're ready to. You're moving, you're making your way. You literally have been so trapped by this. It's taking time for you to register that I can leave this now. It's like, I really can leave this now. You're just you're in that transition point, where you're starting to come to terms with the reality that time has come. And so you're making your way towards my door here. This was instant now. You've already jumped through my door, and you're in the light with me in this beautiful, sunny, fresh smelling place. This is where we need you. You look pretty tired. I'm closing the door on that space. We're putting it into an orb. This orb is your past, okay? The past that contains the SHIT pile. That pile is all the emotions and memories and the pain and suffering you've endured, all the vibrations of chaos that you've endured all this long time, from your mother. So that is now in an orb. So I'm just allowing that orb to be I'm ready for it to be turned into the light. I'm just going to see if we can do that here. I don't know, there may be some more wisdom I'll have to uncover, but let's just see what we can do. There's a man here. There's a wise old man here. I'm inspired to do something with the light and this dark orb, right? So I was taking it to the light, and then now I just see a really wise old man with really long hair, a long beard. Just a very wise old man in sort of a cream-colored sort of gown piece. He's just here by a tree. I mean, I don't even care about that SHIT pile orb. That orb can just go wherever with the donkeys or whatever. That orb is in the past. That orb's like, no more on that orb. Let's go see what this guy's about. He's a lot more fun. He makes me feel alive when I see him. I'm so happy to see him. There's something about him I really like. I don't know what it is, but it's like I recognize this guy. I'm just so happy to see him. I'm like literally telling him, I love you. I'm so happy to see you. I don't even know who this is, but his soul, I definitely connect with his soul. I definitely experience his soul as really special. He's even showing that he had other identities as well. So he's sort of like, he has an Asian flair to him, but there's this other one too. I wouldn't know how to place where he lives, but it just appears he's wearing he's dressed like he needs to be warm. But there's something kind of Asian about his appearance, like but it's sort of a different version. Like I feel like maybe Tibet or something like that. But it feels cold. I don't know how to place his location, but he's also wise. There's the same guy. He's had other reflections too of sort of really spiritually profound lifetimes he's had here on Earth. I love this guy. I'm so happy to see this guy. I'm asking for more wisdom related to his presence here or what he's sharing with us. He's again showing me this man who's very cold. It's a very snowy climate and sort of feels mountainous, but it just feels very cold there. And he's wearing really warm, heavier clothing with sort of fur as well in this hooded piece. He's just so cold and shivering. I'm watching the scene. I'm trying to make sense of what it is that he sees, or what it is he's trying to show me about this man. I'm trying to see what he sees. There's something here about genuine patience. I mean, he's slowing everything down for me. I'm anxious to see. I want to know more. I want to know what this guy sees. And this older man, with the long hair is literally slowing me down and helping me to not care about what this guy. It's something about allow yourself to just accept what you see as the wisdom, and that is good enough. And so there's something here about a very patient energy. And it's really amazing, the experience of patience. I'm even choosing patience for him in order to slow down his body rhythms so he can tolerate the energy of cold, so that he too is aligned with the vibration of cold, which is slower, so he doesn't actually need to shiver. There's some really profound wisdom related to this about the body and its relationship with energy, from a really profound spiritual angle. To actually experience the bitter cold without trouble of the body being in sort of shock or trauma from it. By shivering, trying to stay alive, you alter your perceptions through patience. There's some relationship with this wisdom, and how you have been in suffering in this relationship with your mother. So there's something about patience. So like if we were to examine this as though your mother is this cold energy that's just making you shiver, and there's nothing you can do. You can keep putting on clothes, but it's still cold outside and your body still feels cold. He's literally talking about altering the total body composition of how you have a relationship with the vibration of temperature, in order to go above it, in this very like super profound wisdom here. So I'm just choosing patience, and I'm literally experiencing what is like a very high vibrational sort of monk style space. Even a gong sound, even what are men that are all their hair is shaved off, so they all kind of look alike. It's kind of strange because they're not the same guy, but they all sort of look alike. There's something odd about choosing to see each other in oneness. Not as unique is something about how our human mind chooses to see us all as individuals because we look different. Well, they all sort of all wear the same clothes, all have their hair, they shave their hair off, so they all look like each other in an odd way. So you start to see they all look like they're reflections of the oneness. But this sort of amazing sensation of pure harmony and peace and ultimate sort of balance with the infinite spiritual energy is extraordinary. What I'm feeling right now, I actually feel like I want to join in with this experience that they're sharing with me. So I'm choosing to sit down with them as well and just experience the gong sound and this humming sound that they're doing. But they're so in harmony with each other. It's amazing. I want to experience that too. So I'm just going to relax here for a moment. This too is a part of your spiritual atmosphere. This is a part of the wisdom. You need this energy to help you experience peace. The right vibration to help you tolerate this experience is helping you to just let it go. You actually can, it's not the temperature you're battling with. This is a person with a consciousness. You actually can, you can do this thing. We're supposed to focus on the meditation right now, so I'm gonna experience that right now. This is really special to me, Eugen. I'm really thankful for this experience right now. It's a really special experience for me. So they're talking about breathing. Actually breathing, really, really calming the energy vibration way down. I actually feel like you're slowing down. If you were to drive a car or you're riding a bike or whatever, you're you're just coming to a very slow stop. You actually can feel yourself when you get wound up and revved up and you're just so frustrated. That's the instant you say, slow down, and you just feel yourself come to a stop. And you have to do this. You're going to start training your body to react in this positive way instead of the wound up way. We're going to train you how to instantly put the brake on when that nightmare sort of comes into play. So we put the brake on instantly, and then we come into this space where we breathe and we take notice of something else. This is really amazing. Seeing all of these men in oneness, and the sound of the gong and the sound of this humming noise is just really extraordinary to me. There's something special about this. There's even spiritual entities that join in on the experience like I am right now. There's quite a lot of souls that astral project to spaces of these kind because they are so harmonious, peaceful, transformative. The experience is so good. So this isn't just a space where people in the physical go. Spirit people go there too to experience harmonies. That's why this is so enjoyable for me, because I'm actually experiencing this. I can't blame lots of souls for wanting to come here. It's amazing. I want this to be a part of your soul too. I want this reflection to be a part of it. It's a sign. We're probably gonna see some new scenes here. I did my yawn, my scene checker. There's a really joyful green swirly energy, and this really green sort of odd glowing crystal ball, but it's not what you think. So it's sort of, this quartz crystal is kind of cloudy, right? But this sort of green crystal has sort of energies in it too. It's sort of like a solid rock, but it's got some parts that glow on the inside, but it's not perfectly glowing like green grass or something like that. It's got different swirled colors, like even dark ones. It actually looks like an atmosphere of another planet, because it has like some swirly clouds and then some black ground here and then some green ground over here. There's no blue in this thing. There's something really pretty about the way that it looks. This sort of odd green swirl energy that I see, and then over here is this sort of its own unique crystal ball. There's a girl just come down, and she's got it in her hands, and she's looking into it. And she's sort of turning it around in her hand like this and looking into it. And she's looking for something, some wisdom. There's something burning about this. She's really in a hurry to find something, and the more she looks and looks and looks for something, some wisdom in all of this, she just keeps getting burned. It hurts her very badly. She keeps trying, and she can't find the wisdom that she's looking for, and it just keeps burning her. I'm going to her and letting her know that let's just put this away, okay? Let's calm down. You don't have to keep trying to find the wisdom anymore. She's so upset. She's really upset, and this would be like a schoolgirl, like maybe 12 or 13. And she's just so devoted to trying to make an understanding of this from the bottom of her heart, and her attempts to make understanding, it never comes. Like, she just keeps getting burned the more that she tries, and she keeps trying though. Even still, she keeps trying. I ask her what does she hope to find in this orb. I know it's pretty. I'm curious just to see her reaction. There's some meaning why this is the orb of wisdom. There's something about this orb piece. It's so like a transformer that wants to open up and show me something, like open up its little hidden doorways and pieces or something like that. So I feel like we're gonna take off for flight, and it's stormy. I'm in an airplane, and it's dark everywhere, and it's raining very badly, and there's turbulence. And I'm just watching all of this taking place. There's instantaneous, like it hit a cloud and then it went through the cloud, and on the other side is all of this sort of peaceful white light. Everything, there's no time and there's no sort of sensation of manifestation of a physical realm. It's really strange. It's like it was flying through turbulence and all this energy that creates rain and clouds and everything in our physical reality. And then it hits a cloud of consciousness, then goes into the infinite realm of this sort of a spiritual layer, where it is now a part of a space where there is no winds, there's no rain, there's no turbulence, there's no time, there's just this now experience. And the plane itself has no value anymore. It's just sort of, it has no value. So all the life that is within the plane is now coming out of it and becoming part of the light here, part of the infinite light. So it can experience the oneness with all. There's something here about seeing the scene of a human experience and then seeing the scene of a spiritual one. You don't need the airplane anymore. You're part of the oneness and part of the light of all. But in this other scene, you need the airplane to fly, and it's quite scary because in this other experience, I mean, it's very bad weather. It's very dangerous to be flying in this very bad weather. Everything literally came back to a state of extraordinary peacefulness and the sensation of these sort of monks and the sound of a gong. And we all just become in the sort of state of peace. I'm asking her if she sees what I see. I'm asking this young girl what her relationship is with what I've just shared about the airplane. She seems to be smiling, like she understands that she doesn't need to keep looking into this ball anymore. She's even moving her chair back, and she's just happy, and she just wants to go on her way now. It's interesting that would be the wisdom, that would be enough, but she's already ready to go do the next thing. They're showing me that in this classroom of life, it is quite stormy outside. And this odd apple is turning into, I don't understand it. It's this odd orb is turning into an apple, and it's one reflection is that it is poisonous. The other reflection is that it's perfectly harmonious. So where are we? Are we at the SHIT pile, or are we seeing the donkeys in the distance and we're in like this super awesome landscape of healing, right? Where are we? What do we choose? What do we choose to see? The apple poisonous, or the apple is totally healthy and healing and nurturing for our bodies? This sort of experience you've been enduring has been contaminating your perceptions of things, but you have the capacity to see everything in the light, and you're actually making extraordinary strides to be aligned with that, and you actually will accomplish this in this lifetime. You're moving in that direction, and every time you make a new step in this progress is helping you. It's totally helping. You get places you're trying to go to. So I just want to, there's something about the energy here I need to pay attention for a minute. Spirit says everything is cycling in a positive way for you. The motivations that you've had in the last few years have been extremely important because you're trying to take your power back. And this entity's soul, that is your mother, has a very hard time allowing you to experience you having your power. She wants her power and your power. So now she wants two infinite powers, her infinite power over you, and then to take your power away from you. She feeds on that experience. So let's see what else they want to share. They're saying you are taking your power back, which now she does not have that food the same way that she had once had it, which creates a lot of strife for her, and now she's even more contaminating in order to try to get her power back, your power, to give her your power back. She's extremely manipulative. She is like this sort of screaming awful noise in my head right now. I mean, I can't stand the sound of her. Give me a moment here. They're really encouraging you to keep moving, keep going, just keep going, keep moving. Every step of the way, just keep stepping for yourself. Keep pushing forward. You're doing everything right. Whatever she does, whatever she says, whatever she is trying to accomplish is for herself. It is not ever going to be the fulfillment of these harmonious monks, this really lovely Asian man, or any of this really profound wisdom that you are really determined to become. I mean, you really have an ability to be aligned with some very profound expressions of wisdom. So the further you push away from her, the more of that you're going to experience. For basically, she's going to keep trying to get you to win your power back, but eventually she's going to discover that it's going to change. Things are changing. I need to focus again. There's a channel that flows really easily, and then sometimes it gets abruptly stopped, and then I keep trying to talk, and they've stopped it. So I need to just focus again. So let's see what happens next. So they're showing me, here's your mother, and here's you. And you're both looking at each other like this. So there's something, we're just testing this experience here. I'm going to have you take a couple steps towards your mother. I just want to see what happens. I don't like the energy about that because she was really hungry for you. She wants you to come back to her, and she's going to make your life a living hell. If you go back to her, she's going to make you pay for everything you did. And she's going to make it that much worse while also trying to baby you and say, well, thank you for, you should never have left me, and this, that, and the other. She's just really manipulative. You taking a few steps further back and then some, it actually feels so good. I actually feel the way your soul feels from getting further and further away from her, and she actually has no control over what you do. She actually has no power over you when you keep walking further and further away. I don't even hear her voice. I don't even hear her heartbeat. I don't even hear anything from her. She could be struggling all she wants. Who cares? Here you go, and just run with it, okay? Just go as far as you can. The further you get away from her, the more light I'm experiencing you having, and even the more light I'm experiencing for her. She actually can't grow without you leaving her. You need to leave her so that she can start to grow, because she's on her own spiritual journey, and she's not growing right anymore because of her obsession with this sort of control power sort of thing that she has over you. So you just keep running, okay? That feels really good. Don't ever walk back in that direction, okay? Don't do it. Just keep going. And then whenever you feel overwhelmed or whatever it might be, just stop the overpowering sort of energy vibration. Just put on the brakes, breathe, right? And then come to a peaceful state. Even go to these sort of places, because America, we don't have, that's not like the luxury of monks humming and gong sounds is not particularly rampant around here. But I feel that you would find some very harmonious spaces in your culture where you could find real nourishing, peaceful experiences of this special spiritual kind, and it would be so welcoming for your heart and soul to experience that, and it would be so shooting you, rocketing you upward, and it would feel amazing for you. It feels amazing for me to even get to experience that sensation. So there's something here, there's something additional here. I'm still in the scene with mother looking and you way off. So let's see. She likes to play your strings like she's the puppet master. That's what I'm being shown. Because there's still some strings attached here that she has control over you, and she will do whatever she can to hang on to those strings for as long as she can. And she's going to be your little puppet master, and you're her puppet, and she's going to be controlling of you. This is very clear. You can keep running and running and running in that direction, but we need to cut these energetic cords that are still, she's sort of able to feed her energy into you. It's really, you can feel her. Even if you're not talking to her, you can still get bad feelings and rumbles of energy that come from your mother to you because of this. So, I was going to yawn there and I managed to not. So I'm really excited about that. Let's see what happens here. Something is going to change in this scenery. I'm going to be seeing something else here. It's quite interesting here. Some sort of dark cloud of energy that is coming into the scene and is entirely attached to your mother. I'm telling you, it is massive. I mean, it is bigger than a mountain of black smoke energy attached to her backside and the arms and her hands that play these puppet strings. So people who are manipulative of others are often manipulated by more manipulative entities. So how far back can we go in the history of manipulation? Where's this father demon? Because there's some joy that this demon entity gets from its sort of contaminates your mother, and her energy then is so trying to break you so bad, and the joy that this demon gets from being controlling of your mother and then watching you suffer from this is really exciting for him. That's the way this feels. I've not experienced any demons attached to you just yet. The primary focus right now is helping you to get out, because you getting out is naturally cleansing and purifying and releasing all this other garbage. It is the mother that is where we're focused. It's a little surprising that we're going to go this angle. They're asking me if I think I can help your mother, and I'm saying, well, there's a reason this is coming into play here. She's honestly, she's so controlled by this force, and it's a massive force. She doesn't even have her own willpower anymore. That's how bad it is. I mean, she's literally just being told what to do, and she just does it, and it feels really natural for her. And her soul is actually in quite a lot of is sort of in agony from this experience, because it too is a puppet to an even worse puppet master. You need to know this, because now you'll start to have an understanding about your mother and why she is this way. You might even actually pity her now. But again, keep going. Just keep on going. But you're supposed to know this, that your mother actually is contaminated by quite a much worse force than she is the one in suffering. But this feels natural for her, unfortunately, but she seems to sense that this isn't normal behavior, but she can't control it. She literally hungers for the experience of just this control experience. It's a control experience. She's hungry for this control experience, but it's actually not her natural nature. It's influenced by something much darker. So she's in his little puppet world. He's got quite a lot of influence on many people. I'm just watching, I'm just seeing as best I can his space, which is extremely dark, and is sort of like people just playing out some sort of robotic manuscripts that he's come up with, that he just programs your soul to sort of develop what feeds him and nourishes him. So the more people he can manipulate, the more infinite his power gets, right? So if she could be, so she's trying to break you, right? And then what? You've given her your power for how many years? You're giving him your power too, this demon guy. So you're giving your power to more than just your mother. You're giving your power to this really massive demon guy. A lot of people have given their power to him. People who cannot control themselves and their need to control others in a very nasty way. Very nasty way. I mean, it's almost like, whoa, baby, psycho, kind of nasty way. And they really have a need to do it to their loved ones, because you're supposed to love them, right? Now they have you because of what is supposed to be family bond. They don't care what they're doing to your heart and soul. They just want your power. They want to just control you and make you miserable, and that somehow glorifies their experience. It's really weird. It's totally a demon programming thing. So my spirit guides are asking me if I think your mother is a demon. Demons beget demons, beget demons, beget demons. There was a chance that you could have been this way as well. That you could have succumbed to this programming yourself and then treated your own loved ones in this manner. And so that's how it sort of passes down through birth, right? So your mother has children. She does this work to their souls. Their souls are contaminated now, and then they do that work to their children's souls. And now this guy just keeps building a sort of super army of his manipulative sort of programming. He himself needs help. If I can, there's something, I'm to do some work here, but I haven't quite figured out how yet. This guy's got quite a huge tree, but I almost feel like he too is under another more manipulative force, believe it or not. So I'm just trying to, I'm looking at his scene, and I'm just basically watching a lot of human beings who are the size of puppets, just like like talking aimlessly. In his lair, they're all just under his spell. He's sort of in his throne room. It's a really dank, disgusting space. They're always that way. They're a reflection of their energy vibration, which is not a reflection of crystal clear water and fresh air and happiness and seeing the donkeys with the SHIT off in the distance. They're pretty stinky. I'm just sort of I don't know why. I'm just instantly gonna break his scene. I'm just going into the realm and screaming really loud to alter the vibrations, and just breaking it with as much force of energy as I can, just to alter the vibrations here. I'm growing things instantly out of the ground. We're just encasing this. I need to focus, and I'll tell you what I do in a minute. He's really fast to get out of here. I'm capturing him in an orb. He's in the orb. He's trying to show me he's not, but I'm saying you're contained in my orb. This space is quite large. I'm coming out of it. We're seeing that there's an orb here that he's holding now. So I'm outside of it. I'm looking him in the eye. There's something I know about this. It's really odd the way this entity feels to me, because I recognize this entity from somewhere. I actually remember this soul somehow. I'm going to do a different approach here. I'm really surprised. There's still something. He's very hard to get to. Because there's sort of, I mean, there's, I'm learning about these lines that there's, I mean, is your mom it's sort of, I'm learning, I've been in a very deep contemplation about what is my place. But at the same time, I'm trying to get to this guy and he's very hard. Because I can get into a space, I'm trying to break all of his illusions, but, I'm doing all of this work and he's sort of undermining everything I'm doing while still simultaneously still in this place. I can get to this place somehow. I've got to come up with an idea here. But at the same time, a part of me is just like, I mean, it's not your soul that's contaminated with this. It's your mother's soul. It's a lot of other souls too. And part of their journey is to experience this, right? So I've been coming to some ethical thoughts about what I'm doing, and sort of, I'm just sort of examining whether it's my place or not. Sometimes to transform some of them. But the thing is when they transform, they're absolutely grateful. I had done this for them without letting them get away, and that I would not give up. It's sort of like, what do you do when you know somebody needs your help, they have a problem, right? But they don't even have the ability to ask for help. But they're so grateful if you're able to help transform their life, right? I'm just going to try this one more time with this guy. And I'm just going to see here. I'm just allowing myself to enter into his space by divine intervention. There's an angel here, and I'm seeing that I am in his space, but he's quite difficult. There's an angel here. He's not going to make this easy for me because he has quite a lineup of souls that he's got under his control. I'm telling you, thousands and thousands and thousands. There's an angel here with yellow-tipped wings, wearing a white gown. I'm holding this angel's hand, and my nose is itching. I say I'm ready to enter his space now. We're flying down into a very dark, deep space right now. There's sort of arms coming out of the walls trying to prevent me from going down further. I'm just turning into a million tiny pieces, and I'm becoming a vapor. I'm turning into basically millions of flies. I'm just going really fast downward in this very deep space. It's very dark down here. I'm turning into atoms because I have to go through this ground here. I have to go very small to get into his space. It's very deep. It's taking a lot of energy. So I'm just turning into drops, and I'm just gonna go down. And I'm getting down there. There's a lot of everything wants to sort of, I'm just in a vapor right now, and then just going invisible. There's sort of, the whole air is like daggers, just wanting to just do this, all over. Everything in the air is like literally the experience of just daggers, and everything is trying to kill you. That's what the air is. The air literally wants to kill you to come in here. But that's why it's good that I'm in here. This is proving to me that it is good for me to do this. Because this space needs to find a new reflection now. It's time for it to find a new reflection. And when I'm in here as a divine sort of messenger from heaven, now it is time. I almost didn't. I almost said, but it is time. When it is time, I can get into these places. I'm telling you, it's pretty gross. I mean, people getting their heads cut off. These are reflections of all kinds of terror and nightmare that his sort of programming inspires in people who just lose it. They start losing it. It's pretty bad. I'm asking for assistance here. Archangel Michael, and because I don't want to breathe too much of this in, so I'm just saying I'm breathing in the light of heaven right now as I'm examining this. I'm inspired to plant gemstones everywhere and create diamonds all over. Just plant energies of all different kinds in here to alter this sort of energy. This is interesting. I created a shield or a wall, and my mistiness is sort of behind it, this sort of a rounded space. So we're just pushing the wall forward, so all the energy is just sort of pushing down this hallway. And then all these things are just growing behind me as we're just going down the hallway. I'm telling you, like, Earth is just plopping up, like, trees and plants and flowers and all kinds of stuff as we're just pushing this, like, piece. It's all sealed. We're just pushing it forward. It's funny. I'm still sharing sort of rubies and diamonds and blue sapphires and just, amethysts. And I'm just all kinds of crystals and stones and everything. All different kinds. I'm just growing. I'm just allowing them to be a part of the soil and purify the space. I really want to open this space up. There's even water that is inspired to come here to sort of moisten, nurture this ground. This is part of the healing. This had to take place. Because this mother's vein of sort of spiritual channel is somehow a part of you too. Although you don't have this has to be focused on. There's work even further down from here. There's a lot of souls trying to come out behind this sort of plate. There's a lot of soul fragments begging to get out of here. So I'm just allowing this plate. I need to do something first. Give me a minute here. I need to just focus, then I'll tell you what happens, okay? I broke the glass. A lot of soul fragments are trying to get out. They're flying upward, and there's an angel of light here to help embrace them all. I'm telling you, thousands. I've already altered the vibration enough that this could take place. But there's still a lot of work to do. This is even close to done. I'm in his space. I need to focus here. I'm just developing something. Some sort of unbreakable force field around him. I'm creating birthday candles. I'm doing something here. There's we're talking, this goes even deeper than this guy that I'm dealing with right now. We're in sort of a metal caged space. It's really tidy in here. There's nothing of that sort of rancid other place, but he's sort of in a very clean, tidy underground space. and this is all made out of like metallic walls and ceiling and flooring. It's kind of a cool room. It's sort of sci-fi looking. I just built like a structure around him really quickly. He can't get out of this structure. I won't allow it. Sort of the structure piece. I'm making it really small now, so it's contained, he's contained inside a very small space that I'm putting in my hands and sharing light inside of it. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on here. This is pretty severe. There's something about a room where there's a graveyard full of dead bodies. I'm just instantly full of energy, and I'm just bashing through the ground, and I'm going really fast downward. The deeper I can go, the more healing I can manifest above me. So you get to the oldest demon, and then you really transform all the other ones. So down here it is burning hot. This space is really hot. It's pretty big, open space. They're talking about it being time again. Human beings there's some entities that have really gotten to have soul experiences, very intense ones, demonic ones, right? And they influence other souls through these incarnation cycles. You come in as a child, you're vulnerable to this sort of imprint of a demonic way. So when we choose to alter the vibrations, we can help these souls undo the demonic programming, right? And become part of the light again. So sometimes these demon spaces are really like reflections of hell for souls, because they get in cahoots. They sort of get intertwined with these other demons, and now those demons own your infinite energy, basically, because you've been influenced by them and you allowed them to influence you. So now you're part of their sort of whatever their game is. It's really weird, but this is really how realms of hell sort of became part of the awareness, because I actually do see realms of hell, and these demons are sort of in there, and they demons of all different kinds, lots of layers of hell, different hells, and you just go further and further down. You try to get to the oldest demon, and then you transform that demon, and all the other spaces just start to transform on their own. But this is all a part of your atmosphere too, because you've been enduring this chaos for so many years too. This is going to be massively healing for you too, because there's some sort of stigmatism that is a part of you when you were talking about repressed emotions turning into demon entities in your head. This would be a reflection of that. This space is literally like your typical hell with a lava pit, but it's very hot, but I don't see anybody down here. I'm choosing to turn on my eyesight so that I can see what is the truth, because I'm convinced there's illusions that I'm not allowed to see sometimes. I know there's more going on down here than I'm able to see, and sometimes I think my spirit guides shield me from seeing too much, because I've seen some very gruesome and disgusting scenes, and they are sometimes traumatizing for me as a human being to see them. So it helps me be able to, keeps me, sustainable at this work when I don't have to see too much terror. I'm just not convinced there's something so. This thing is, I'm telling you, it's ancient. It has a very ancient root. Do you know, I'm just curious if you're, do you know if you're where your mother got this from? This sort of energetic disease, this is spirit, some sort of spiritual disease is what it is. I'm just wondering if it was passed down to her in this lifetime or if it came from another lifetime. Because she was contaminated by this. Her soul has been contaminated by this, and I'm doing everything I can to get to the root of this space, this sort of demonic programming thing, in order to help your mother too, and help all the souls that have been contaminated by it. Because we're already releasing soul fragments, but there's a lot here. I'm basically seeing a giant horn coming out of the middle of the space. It's breaking all the ground, and it's coming up from deep. I'm asking for angels from heaven to just come down here. I'm just opening the whole space up. This whole space, we're opening it up now. This other demon that's in this sort of contained thing, I'm just giving him to Jesus right now. Jesus and Archangel Michael can do with him. I'm missing something here. I need to just, sometimes I don't want to talk. Sometimes I just want to focus, you know? Because this is a big deal right now. This has been a very deep space. I'm breaking it apart. So but the lowest space can come up to the surface. I'm breaking all the walls and the sort of floorings out so we can get light to come into these spaces, so it can be touched by heavenly light, because it is time now for it to transform. And then this sort of odd horn thing is still coming up. So I'm just allowing that to happen because it's sort of helping in the process of breaking everything apart. There's just more anger energy. There's just more violence. More reflections of absolute violence. I mean, it literally turned into like the Statue of Liberty with a gun shooting everybody up. It's an odd reflection of sort of a symbol of peace that is going to war on. I mean, isn't your mother supposed to be sort of the symbol of love and nourishment? That she's actually holding like a machine gun or something. I mean, that's literally what this is. It's quite terrible. It's weird when you see images like that, you know? Because there's some really profound wisdom related to it. It's almost scary, you know? Because we need to see the monks and the peace and experience that relationship with energy, right? And then you just go into spaces where the air is literally like trying to stab you, and you get images like this. It's just so much annihilating energy. Soul fragments trapped in sort of a puppet sort of style way. And so demons beget demons beget demons. Sometimes these demons that have souls that sort of transform through the manipulation of other demons, then some of them become real super demons through this influence, and then they also beget even more demons. So they sort of contaminate. They just keep contaminating. It's like an energy contamination, and it's manipulative, and that's why children are vulnerable, you know? The souls in those children bodies are vulnerable. I'm still waiting for more. I mean, there's been a lot of progress going on here, but we're nowhere near done with this. I'm just allowing this to keep coming up from the depths of what is like a massive sort of like a rhinoceros, but it's not quite a rhinoceros. It's just a massive animal that has just come up and out of. This is how big of a deal this is. It's sort of like the size of this rhinoceros is the size of like a mountain, just coming out from underneath a mountain of all these spaces. And just being released. It's just a reflection of that big, massive amount of energy. And under here is this literally a liquid tar down here. Just old, dank energy, you know, that needs to be purified. And there's so much open air entering into all these spaces and purifying and healing them out. I'm just going to keep purifying it all, and then I'm just going to check back on everything. Okay, we'll see what happens next. We got the yawn cue. What are we going to see now? There's even more entities coming out from this dark liquid. They literally look like Egyptians or something. When the liquid just sort of comes off of their skin, they literally look like Egyptians with the pharaoh sort of hat on style thing. There's two men that just came out that were covered in black liquid, and they're sort of evaporating, and they're just looking around at everything. They've been underneath this whole thing. These two Egyptian guys, so weird. Egypt holds a lot of mysteries. I'm telling you, there's some really strange history from there. Related to where we are today. It's fascinating. I mean, this Egyptian he's got like the bird. He's holding on to something, and it's got like a bird symbol on it. And it's not the falcon one, it's a different bird. I'm feeling really relaxed and even sort of exhausted from the energy of this experience. I'm not sure why. I'm trying to make sense of their presence here. I'm trying to journey into them or try to make sense. I'm actually just going to allow the monks to come into this space to help me balance, find peace, and then we can share their harmonies here to comprehend and then heal and help it balance. Help it create a new version of balance. So I'm asking them if we can align together in oneness and share a healing in oneness with this space. This is why they are who they are. This is what they do. This is what they align with. They want to be this for humanity. They too are human beings. It's very interesting. It's almost like I'm quite certain after I'm done with this journey, I'm going to go back to these monks and learn some more things. This is really special. This one here is sort of the leader, or he definitely looks older. He's manifesting little miniature orbs of light with very slow motions of his hands, manifesting these orbs of light. He's even able to play them like they're notes too. But he's not even, it's sort of in one version he's manifesting them with his hands or even playing them like notes. In another version he's just completely in a meditative state. So in another version he also too is watching me. He seems to know he seems to be multifaceted. He's doing a lot of things at the same time. I guess I am too. I'm like in the realms of hell, hanging out with monks, watching this guy simultaneously talking to you. I mean, telling you, you can. There's a lot you can juggle when we're. It's the spirit realm. So I don't know, but I really like this old guy, and I'm just really happy to be here. We haven't even paid attention to any of this space since those Egyptian guys, and I just can't even focus on them anymore because this is really harmonizing. It's so much more. Where's the value? Is the value in looking at the chaos? Is something you get to choose what you want to digest as your food of wisdom and nourishment and that sort of thing. And this was so rejuvenating for my senses and my body, and helps me to be able to do what I do, right? It's medicine for me. So he has this interesting orb. Inside of a bubble, there's literally a geometric shape with sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided shapes that create they sort of come together as sort of puzzle pieces to create a larger shape inside of a circle and bubble orb sphere. There's something about the energy here that is inspiring me to just be like it, to not behave correctly, to feel angry when I shouldn't even feel angry. You know what I mean? The energy here has an inspiration to take what was pure and then destroy it. This is all part of the wisdom here. My goal is never to destroy what Father Monk gives me, but the wisdom is to talk about this. This has something to do with this energetic sort of chaos that your mother also is a reflection of this. Taking something that is pure and sacred, her own child, and then destroying it, right? That's what this energy wants you to do. It wants you to do that. So I'm going to go back into the space now and say that it is different. We're doing it differently now. I'm not a reflection of this energy. I'm a reflection of purity and sacredness. I allow this energy to become what is healing for all demons and transformed souls, and every soul in conjunction with this space. I allow this energy to heal and manifest transformation for all. Because that is a gift. There's just instantly an inner entity on the scene, and he looks like he's got blonde curly hair, and it's all sort of tightly put against his head, and he's got like he looks kind of Greek or something. There's something golden about his clothing, and he has like a white sort of, I don't know what this get-up is, but it's Greekish looking. It's like a little skirt piece with a belt, and it's white. And he's got some sandals on. He was instantly on the scene like that. There's other harmonies on the scene too, and we are creating energies that lift upward from our sort of monk house without a roof on it. We're at the bottom of this chaos with these two Egyptians, this sort of odd and sort of dark tar lake, and then we're just allowing our energies to just be the perfume, the good stench that sort of purifies all of this energy all over the place. Apparently this is a really massive big deal that I've explored this vein and am doing this work right now, because it's going to make a difference for a lot of souls. The history of this work is thousands and thousands of years old. The history of what your mother is in conjunction with is thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. That energetic disease. They're asking me if I think your mother's behavior will change after this work is done. I'm not sure. I know that she will be granted, I'm feeling the energy right now. It's really monumental. It's really amazing. The way this feels is making my ears hot. I'm actually feeling like I'm turning into a vapor of energy, and I'm just starting to go and experience this. And it's just lifting up all this vapor. Like I can see this vapor of energy that comes from us, while simultaneously this orb piece it hasn't done really change at all. It's just sort of moving upward really slowly. These two Egyptians are still there. They're just sort of oblivious to what is even going on. It's almost like, were they contaminated? I mean, why are they so confused? What is going on with them? They're both looking at me now as I'm going to them. The one in particular he's evaporating, and then his sort of headpiece and his staff just fall to the ground. They too have been released, but this other one I'm not allowed to see what he looks like. He just evaporated. His headpiece and staff also fell to the ground. I'm just focusing on really sharing the love from my heart with this space. Unconditional love for all. And I'm saying that I'm thankful for the gift that has been our human history, which is to help all of us learn, right? Human history is pretty, it has some very dark roads that all of our souls have had to endure, even transformations from the experience of living itself. We all deserve to experience the light of all, transforming us, healing us, washing us of all of these impurities, and helping all this history to heal and nourish, wash it of all of this sort of lesser energy that has contaminated many souls too. Release many souls from this imprisonment. I'm still choosing patience. I mean, this is a big space. This is a really old deal, and it's just taking time. I'm not sure what... I'm waiting for other inspirations, but nothing has come yet. I'm inspired to transform into a dragon and then blow out spiritual flame in order to remove the walls of this entire space. So I'm breathing out red spicy flame energy in order to just dissolve away all the walls, so that we can create a space that is pure and enjoyable and happy for us all to experience. This sort of dark liquid. I'm creating a dragon with blue flame. So while I'm removing all of this sort of walls, there's another dragon here with blue flame, in order to help dry up all of that black tar energy. There's some very old history buried in conjunction with this that your mother has. And it's weird. It's as weird as it started in Egypt. In this catacombs, which has been covered in black tar because it's so old and just old, dirty energies. I have a dragon with a green flame that is helping to to heal this space with this sort of green flame of Mother Earth to just grow things. So it's not, spiritual flame isn't to burn. It has different meanings. Like this blue really eats up the old toxic energy, and the red is a lot of different meanings. It can do different things, but I use red to eat away at walls and stuff like that. Blue would do that too. Green is sort of like energy that is really high in vibration. It's creation energy. So like Archangel Raphael is green, right? And he can use green spiritual flame too, in order to heal. There's different versions of techniques you can use green for, or blue or red or yellow or orange or whichever color you want to use. You can use it in flame, you can use it in a liquid, you could use it in energy, or I mean, you can use it in different ways. It has different meanings. It just does different things. And there's just so much happiness right now. But there's still something more to be done here. It's all very slowed down quite a lot, and I feel like I need to let this keep going. I think maybe I need to look at some other things while we're continuing to clean this space out. There's more I want to get done here. The spirit guides are asking me, what more do you want to do? I'm saying, I want to see everything. I just want to see all of our progress so far. I'm having a hard time with it, and it's almost like they're not going to let me see it. It's so hard that I can recall parts of it, but I'm not allowed to enter into any of the scenes right now. It's a really gross feeling for me to try. They're really encouraging me to stay with where we're at right now. So I say, okay. I'm inspired to take what is this space, right? It's all starting to lift up, so it can be one level, but I'm pushing it up to make it into like a mountain of its own kind with sort of a monastery on it. That just feels right to me. They're talking about the work that I'm doing right now. I mean, this is a really huge job. It's so huge, and it's slowing down quite a lot, and I can't force it to speed up any. We're looking at this mountain that I'm creating to lift everything out, but everything is going so slow, it's making me feel stagnant with it. And I'm just wanting to have confirmation that these demons are transformed, because I have to see it. I have to make sure. I just have to know for sure. So, part of knowing for sure is not going back in time to what was there. It is choosing to see it for what it is now, which is the mountain. I'm saying, okay, that demon entity, I'm wanting to see that he's been transformed. I want to understand this Egyptian wisdom. I want to see that your mother's soul is starting to experience some positive enhancements from this. I want to see how the connection is influencing you too, this change. They're definitely sending me positive vibrations for what I've accomplished thus far. So let's see what comes next. Your mother is really trying to release. There was some sort of odd energy, she was in conjunction with all of that. And so it just literally took itself off from her backside, and she's sort of releasing a lot of built up toxic energy. She's full of a lot of toxic energy from this experience of hers. But that whole ship has sailed, sort of the way that the wisdom is coming to me. So I'm choosing, I want to see that that sort of huge, massive black energy cloud is just sort of whisking away. And it's definitely getting lighter, but it's still, there's still some energy here. So there is actually a butterfly of energy that is sort of flying around her. That is a reflection of one of these soul fragment pieces that has been released. This butterfly is, there's a guy here who wanted to take this. There's still a pretty angry energy that I just saw, so let me go in here to him. So, still stuff with something about Egyptian. This guy just, there's a snake in here too, and it's not a nice one either. The snake had an evil way of saying Lucifer, but I work with his light body side, so that's sort of interesting when I hear that as sort of an evil way. So I'm just choosing to show what is love, what is the energy of love and transformation, even for Lucifer, who has an alternate opposing reflection, right? But he is this quite profound loving angel as well. He has a light body side. I adore his light body side. Is is so meaningful to me when I can see him, and I feel it is appropriate to allow him to enter the scene with me right now. He's actually coming down now from the sky. I was in the scene with this guy sort of kicked up, this sort of Egyptian guy with a snake saying that. So I was in there, but Lucifer is showing that he's coming in where the monks are. He's coming from that angle. So we're just looking up at massive wingspan, and then a body coming down, and just so much light just beaming around him. And he's got this sort of diamond angel dust of energy. But we're trying to grow a mountain here, and I'm telling you, there's something still trying to transform, and it's taking time. This is a really old, ancient energy that we're dealing with here. He's sort of picking us all up and taking us out of here. The monks and all of us. It's sort of like he's got 100 people in his arms or something. He's just holding on to us, and we're just really small, like, I don't know what it is, but he's just flying us out of here for some reason. And we're all just, there's something about the energy must have been really strong still, because it's probably why things are slowing down, because I'm just getting tired from it, you know what I mean? And so he's taken us all into heaven, into the light here. And so we're just all rejuvenating here in heaven in white light. Monks and me and everybody, we all are. There's an energy, sort of, I don't know, sort of sucking out some sort of energy that we see. These sort of spaces are contaminating. I have to do a lot of purification work, before and after, because this does get this stuff does, and I have to have my energy field purified again. And so there's some sort of ball here that's sort of pulling out energy from us all. This feels a lot better. Everything feels a lot better now. Everything just feels a lot better. I think I'm just going to pause this for a little bit and just focus on healing and then come back and then see what we can do to help wrap this up. Because it just feels really slow right now, and I want to feel like we're making progress here. So let me do that and I'll be back, okay? Okay, I'm back. All right, I'm ready to explore what we need to do here to finish cleaning this up. So it feels a lot. It feels like there's been a lot of improvements going on here. We sort of entered into a heavenly scene so we could kind of heal from all of this experience, because that sort of energy is pretty old. And old rancid energy has been sort of in a basin for a very long time. So we're sort of in this space here. I just want to. There's something about all of this, just to tie it all together here. I just did not know I was going to be going into quite such a vein of that kind. So it's just sort of baffling when you go into really deep veins like that. It's just it's just so deep. There's just so much energy that was contained in there. I just really would like to, as a human being, just experience the cleanliness and purity of that. And so you guys asked me if I feel like it has been cleaned and purified, and I can say I can tell is massive, massive improvement. And they're agreeing there has been a massive improvement. What even feels like a completely resurfaced area. I mean, that whole thing was really deep. A lot of different layers. I'm just kind of looking around at everything I've done so far, and I'm just asking for assistance here because this has been a really big deal. This work has been massive to help purify your mother's spiritual expression. There's something about deprogramming this whole thing. I mean, I do not. I would have to. I feel that I would have to do additional work for her directly in order to completely heal that. But that was a huge boost for her soul, big time. And that boost is also going to be vibrationally effective for your soul too. Just remember everything that I said, okay? You understand that this is a learning experience, okay? And it really stinks when the mom sort of has that behavior going on, and you have the natural sort of connection because you're the child, right? You want to do everything to please your mother. Well, now that becomes a manipulation, and now that is the reason why you're struggling here. So you just keep walking and know that you're doing the right thing for you and your mother, because she's been sort of part of this chaos. It happens to the best of us. And she's just an energetic illness is what this is. And unfortunately, it's been trying to grab a hold of you, and it had an impact on your experience and quality of life for a very long time. And now you understand. Now you know the truth, and now you can grow beyond it. You can be the mountain that grows out of all of this chaos. And now you're the mountain where all the monks are up on the top, where everybody wants to go visit and find peace and harmony at your mountain, which is really special. They're really wanting me to see that the donkeys are so far in the horizon you can't even see them, and the only space that matters here is this beautiful, clean, crystal clear landscape. Not that other poopy space that went in the orb and that has no value anymore. This is all part of the past. That's part of what they're wanting to show right now. There's again a gift. There's really a gift here for you. Something special. And it has to do with these monks and this older guy with the long beard and hair, that sort of thing. There's something so ancient and so sacred and so special and they really want you to feel the gift of this vibration, because it's a part of your vibration that you have not been able to experience because of all of this loud chaos coming from your mother and echoing from these extremely deep and dark spaces. I'm telling you, that was a lot of dismantling work that I had accomplished there. They're really wanting you, this is really special here, but they're really wanting to showcase how all those puppet strings, they don't even have any value at all. She can pull on those strings all she wants, but they're not attached to you anymore. You actually have the freedom to experience you being you now. That was a huge deal. Because of her, she's been so consumed and contaminated that she wouldn't. The thing is they're really wanting to showcase that I am not to say that about her anymore. Not consumed and not contaminated anymore. Her soul has actually been lifted quite a ways from this work. Given quite a gift from heaven in order to find relief and a restructure of the identity. So not only is this sort of gift of healing for her soul, but your choices to walk away is also going to help her start to look in the mirror and make decisions to help her soul grow and grow out of this sort of journey experience that it's been on. They're telling me that it is appropriate for me to call your mother a demon soul. They're saying because of the vibration had gotten so contaminated with all of that muckiness, it was trying to contaminate yours in a very bad way. But really to see that she is part of the light and is purifying in the light, and that it is your responsibility to give a gift to her soul by actually choosing to go nourish your own soul now. To show her that you love yourself so much that you don't want anything to do with that anymore. And that's actually going to help her start to see that, you know what, I was kind of a jerk and I don't really want to be that way anymore. And she's going to need some time to digest this whole new identity. It's going to take time for it to hit her. But just trust and know that extraordinary work has been done to help her in her own journey, which then helps you in your journey too. They're really emphasizing again that those strings are not attached to you anymore. Completely not at all attached to you anymore, which is very refreshing. So there's the only way I could describe this is it's sort of okay. I'm going to describe this. So basically, there's it looks like Jesus, it does, but it's just Jesus' shadow. So his arms are sort of out. We can't actually see him, but there's something about this that I can tell who it is, but he's sort of a part of a shadow. And he's sort of in the center here. You're walking away, Mom is over here. Now we have sort of this suspended Jesus icon. And I'm not supposed to call him an icon. I'm supposed to call him, it is his spiritual expression entering the scene. To help too, help with this as well. But it's interesting because he's sort of in a shadow. I'm not able to see his face, and I want to see his face. I want to see him clearly. I even want to see him come and stand down on the ground and not be levitating up above, to actually come here and hang out with us. There's something really refreshing when he comes on the scene because he's just really warm and loving. It's just really nice when I see him. He's just so warm and so loving. Again, it's sort of, you're worthy and deserving of this warmth and this love in your life now. And there's something odd about him sort of levitating here and sort of there's your mom, there's you, come over here, because he's sort of got a lot of white light coming out behind the shadow piece. So it's sort of like he's a reflection of the mother shadow while simultaneously a reflection of your light too. So I'm just sort of like, how do I fix this picture here? He's talking again about patience. Patience in order to allow the clarity to manifest for what it truly is. Not to see me as being a part of the dark shadow, but to see me as a part of the reflection of the light, right? So he says whenever you start to see this dark, sort of dark thoughts and start it sounds like part of you cycling out is going to be, there's going to be some interaction with some memories too, just surfacing, because we're talking a huge span of time here of your life. And so these are sort of tips to help you as well. That he's really talking about, it's okay. It's okay when you start seeing a little bit of dark mucking up the light. Just acknowledge it, that it's there, right? You say, you know what, I just had a bunch of I just spent the last 15 minutes just complaining in my head about this thing again, this problem again. And they're saying, it's okay. It's okay. Just acknowledge that you had the thoughts, and now allow yourself to just purify them with patience, slow the brakes down, relax, and actually find peace and balance again. Because you have an impressive soul harmony. You really do. It's really aligned with this very high vibrational monk sort of scene. This old sort of guy. A really ancient sort of Asian culture, sort of that peaceful meditative energy that is really refreshing. The gong sounds, the humming noises, it's just, I don't know, it's really great. They really want you to align with that and experience that. It's really good. So, gosh darn these yawns. So let's see what happens next here. So Jesus is really loving and nurturing right now, and he's helping me to find peace and relaxation, and to acknowledge that this is that there's two experiences. There's sort of this one is going in the direction of love, and this one is choosing, and it's manifesting change right now, change of its own identity. So it's going to be, Mother is going to be in a contemplative state, and might even be bitter for a while she tries to transform out of this and to see with new eyes, right? It takes time, but this work, it was quite profound. I'm asking if we can get any more wisdom related to this that would also help your soul too. Because where I went there is quite crazy. They're wanting me to see that room that I saw with all those people that were like puppet dolls, and that guy which was the puppet master. They're wanting me to see how it has entered into a space of white light where all the souls now are sort of waking up and starting to see and realize that they were sort of, they've been in this state for a while, and they're kind of confused. That's interesting, because I do see that sometimes where the souls sort of wake up, and it's sort of like they need a minute to come to terms with what had just happened, and that's okay. They're just all reorganizing their expression and their identity. It was important that they went down that road so they could learn and then grow and become better, right? Demons aren't just terrible nightmares. They actually help us grow and become better. So they kind of stink, but they do have their value too, right? And so we can't be judgmental. We just have to allow our emotions to, and it's hard to do this. Even I have a hard time doing this sometimes. You have to just literally let your emotions go, and then just see it for what it is. This is why this is going on. I'm not going to choose to get emotional about it, because now it sucks me in as it's attached to this experience, and I just don't want that mucking me up. I actually just want to feel happy. So I just acknowledge that this is the wisdom, and that's what I'm just all supposed to acknowledge it as. This is the wisdom. So I'm allowed to see that space is dried up. It isn't a reflection of what it was anymore. And it's been getting smaller and smaller because the value is getting less and less. There's so much, the energy that has been going into this is just, it can't. The energy has changed. So what has been going into this has been the opposing force. The energy of love has been going into this and healing it as the medicine. So it dries up all of this sort of contaminated energy. This entity is really sort of ready for a transformation. They sort of captured him in this space, but he's just allowed to experience all of this and then also be transformed by it. Me and this guy, this entity that I saw, that I actually sort of recognized, we're going up into a space of light right now together. It's odd, but this feels appropriate. Well, he simultaneously also still has this orb that I had created too. He actually wants to take it into the light with me. Because he too is sort of acknowledging that it is time now. There's sort of an odd thing going on here. I'm just filling my atmosphere with light. I'm putting this orb of wisdom into the light as well, and then I'm just inspired to focus here for a minute. I'm just inspired to share love with him that is pure and genuine. I just shared what is a really sacred, sort of a tear of love, and he sort of was able to consume it or experience it, and he instantly was just transformed by it. He just shrank. He basically was a really tall guy, just regular looking guy, and just shrank after that. I mean, he was in sort of, he's kind of a tall, skinny, human-looking man. He has color. He doesn't look like a rancid demon guy. It's odd because he's sort of wearing like a jester's sort of hat and outfit, even. But there's something really, something I recognize about this soul. Because he's not quite what he was. I don't understand how these two guys are the same. While simultaneously this is right. There's so many waves of loving energy that are going into you now, and I'm just inspired to focus on just filling you with loving energy, just vibrations of pure love. This guy just shrank down, and I need to just make sure that he's in the light now. I'm telling you, the transformation of this guy feels amazing to me, and that means it feels amazing to you too. There's something more, though, going on here with him. Because while he is shrinking in size, he still wants to show me something. And so sometimes they do this. Like they need to tell their story or something. He basically is like a jester guy. But there's quite a terrible sort of demonic force that is by him. And this has a giant axe. And literally just took it to his back, basically. So I'm just trying to make sense of what the meaning is here. I'm actually going to go and then look at this man in the eyes and tell him that it's just time. I'm seeing quite a lot of other this is quite a dark entity here. He wants to be a force, but I just don't have any relationship with his energy at all. So I don't feel impacted by what he is trying to approach me with. I just feel like I just want him to know what love feels like. And I'm inspiring to show him that his axe is literally like a grain of wheat in his hands. And that this is not what he thinks that it is. He really wants to show that his floor is made out of the blood of all of the people he's murdered. This is still in conjunction with this terrible sort of anger echo, this sort of nightmare that you are still enduring in your head is still a reflection of all of this chaos. So I still have to focus on this in order to lift this out of there. This is really going to help your thoughts. I'm telling you what, get this axe guy out of there with the blood flower, and you're going to be feeling a lot better. Get the donkeys with the SHIT pile out there. You're going to be feeling a lot better. So let's just see what we can do here. I just feel so much love inside my heart, and I just want to keep sharing it with him and just sharing it with this space. So I'm just going to focus on me being a loving expression. I'm creating an orb of love through just saying really loving words, just one after the other after the other. It's creating an energy force of love. I'm just going to keep focusing. I'm just continuing to focus here. This is really helping you. This is helping this contaminated space big time. I'm just focusing. I actually entered into him and am sharing love with him. This whole space is completely just destroyed, just breaking apart. He's not. I basically, there's all this sort of energy just sort of swarming and swirling in this space. It's just getting thicker and thicker and thicker. I turned into a bunch of trillions and trillions of particles of love energies. And then I just entered into his whole entire expression and just kept saying very loving words over and over and over again. Filling his heart, the heart of his soul, with this energy in order to help him feel and remember and experience unconditional love again and be transformed. This is a reflection of the chaos that you endure in your own mind, in your own senses and emotional state of being and everything. Healing this is really going to help purge you from having an attachment to these repetitive thoughts. It's really going to help big time. So I need to keep focusing here. Well, the monks have entered the scene. They're humming. We have gongs in all directions, banging on the gongs. We have this odd creation that guy made. We're putting it around this entity. He's pretty hardcore, I'm telling you what. So we're just focusing on this. Wow, that was... He literally instantly just popped and turned into a blackbird to try to fly away. Archangel Michael was on the scene and just captured him in his little bag that transformed everything into the light. And now he's one with the light. He's entered into the space of transformation in the light. You can't not inhale pure unconditional love in this space. There's still some more entities though in here, but he's now transforming into a dove or some sort of smaller bird. It's not quite a dove, it's something else though. There's even more darkness blasting through this wall, this massive dark liquid, and it has something to do with Egypt again. It's really bad. I can't even believe this. You get rid of this guy and now we see more stuff. This is insanely. This is no wonder you're struggling so bad. I'm gonna try and do as much as I can here in the next 10 minutes or so. I mean, we're seeing literally Egyptian style, like, the jackals sort of on human bodies sort of thing going on here. And a wall with sort of hieroglyphics and sort of designs in it with a giant hole bashed in it, and all this dark tar liquid just shooting out at us. It's really crazy. I'm just dissolving the whole wall. Let's just see what's here. This is pretty massive. I'm lighting all of this black tar energy. Whatever this is, I can only see its feet. I don't have any relationship with it. I need to focus here. And basically, that was pretty hardcore. I need a few more minutes and then I'll tell you what happened. I'm feeling the energy shift right now. There was a huge vocal piece about transformation. Basically, I started lifting up in an orb, and then I just turned into sort of my higher self, Mother Snake, enters the scene here inside the orb. There's quite a lot of conversation about transforming what was done be undone, rebirth the expression in the light, all of this history even. Rebirth your mother's expression in the light, rebirth you in the light. There's more here to this, because there's purity of veins that are really deeply historical, but spiritual veins through all kinds of souls. I need a massive force. This is a huge deal. And so this is happening. It's more than I can even put into human words. What this is humongous. I need to focus a little bit longer. Because she is now in the space to transform, literally rebirth this whole thing. This whole big kit and caboodle. Everything that has been this energy vein for who knows how many thousands of years of history, and your souls intertwined with it, your mother's and yours too, is all being reborn. It's just bigger than my human brains, you know? So I just have to allow it to be as it is and as Spirit shares it with me. There's a massive downpour of energy. I'm just charging with electrical fire like crazy. I'm creating a massive orb. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like the size of a freaking planet. It's huge. I don't know what, this is pretty big. I'm pretty overwhelmed by what I'm seeing and experiencing right now. This is not what I normally experience. I'm inspired to just fling it into the planet in this space and transform all of this energy with this massive red orb of electrical energy, including all the souls involved, all of our souls, all across the globe. The whole globe is supposed to experience this energy surge. It's crazy. There's something about history too. I mean, this is huge. It's inspiring so much of the old cloud of there's some that has been in contamination with your own mind. Your mind has been saturated in just really negative thoughts, and this red energy is just zapping them all out of your brain. Your mother's cloud as well is really helping her to find a way to reconstruct her identity in this lifetime. It's really doing a massive surge in order to release a lot of toxic energy of sort of the bad history, the history that has manifested a lot of things that have created the pain and suffering across the globe. Started in Egypt. This wouldn't be the first time that this wisdom has shown up in rebirth journeys. It's so weird. Because a lot of us want to know about this, right? This huge energy surge, I mean, it is zapping the entire planet right now. Sort of planet is a reflection of you, too. It really is encouraging you to keep releasing as much negative energy as you can. Just keep releasing it out and allow this red energy to just pour into these spaces. This is a super healing. I'm telling you what. I basically charged it's hard to even talk right now. I'm still doing stuff. It's pretty big deal stuff. Whatever your soul, I have to focus some more. I can't talk just yet. It's even hard for me to believe what just happened. I'm just gonna try and explain it, okay? Basically, the planet, this history, your mother's expression, your expression, this whole thing has a huge relationship that ties back to Egypt. But Egypt has a relationship that sort of has a skipping stone effect that is connected with a lot of human beings, a lot of souls across the globe, right? So I turn into sort of supercharged red glowing super light, blast this planet full of energy, blast this vein of history, blast this sort of demon work, blast your mother, blast you, blast everything with this energy, entirely move the planet into the sun so it could burn out as sort of spiritual fire. You can do all this stuff in the spirit realm. And the physical is a little bit different, right? But you can take spiritual versions of everything and alter its frequencies and vibrations. So literally just pulled the spiritual version of the planet into the sun, and now using the spiritual sun to burn away all the negative energy vibrations and place it back. This is all a reflection of your soul, though, too. Your soul is a reflection of what is simultaneously the planet. This planet is a reflection of your soul, too. It's hard because we're all part of the oneness, right? How do I identify what is the earth planet? What is the soul? What are stars? What is the insects? What are the bumblebees? What are human beings? What are alien beings? What is the spirit realm? What is the physical realm? We're all one. This planet is just as much one with your body as it is oneness with alien beings, spacecrafts, stars, the God, Mother, Father, God, Buddha, monks on a mountaintop, we're all still one. We're all still one. How big is the oneness, or how small is the oneness? It's either as big as you want it to be or as small as you want it to be. You literally can do anything you want to do in an infinite universe. You just choose, right? And so I can choose to say that this planet, the size of your just calamity of your experience is as big as the planet. And it's all in conjunction with this. This Egyptian thing has a huge reflection with your soul. So as a spiritual healer, I can manifest profound transformative healing by allowing the planet to be your soul, and I enter your spiritual atmosphere into the sun. It sort of eats up all the negative energy, all the reflections of all this chaos that your soul has sort of endured, that even stems back to Egypt. But it's more than just you, it's many. But I'm still trying to create a video. Here I'm a human being trying to talk about an infinite universe. How do I do that? Try as best as I can. So while we see this experience, I'm seeing this experience and doing this experience, I'm simultaneously inspired to, I don't know what it is, but you are the sun, right? And I'm just taking you, this reflection of you, I'm taking you with the earth inside the sun. Everything is in its place, while simultaneously you're the earth and you're the sun, and you're now in oneness. This sort of extremely warm, clean, purified space, and I'm just sending it all up. I'm just literally hugging it and just taking it all up to heaven. I can be as big as the universe if I want to be. I get to be whatever I want in an infinite spiritual universe. I get to be whoever I want, whatever I want. So how do you provide the most transformative healing? You make it transformative by altering the sort of illusionary perceptions. It can be hard, though, at times. It can be very hard. You try to alter them and they just start growing bigger and bigger, and it's hard. This time I was able to grow beyond it, beyond the illusions. That's why I'm able to manifest this work. So I'm just picking you up and pulling you into the light of all, so we can fully transform you. They're saying we are transforming you, but we're transforming far more than you. It's almost like a reflection of everything across the globe, and the planet itself is all going to be there's going to be a transformation for everybody in this journey healing. It's really crazy. It's just, as one human being, you say, it's impossible. Why is it impossible? Why? You have to ask yourself, how far can you go? How far can you go in this life? How far can you go to manifest healing for every single person across the globe? And this somehow is important, Eugen, because your experience is much bigger than any of us know. You deserve this. You're going to become so much better, and you're going to notice in a very huge way. I'm just in heaven with this glowing infinite reflection of you. This is you to me. You are this bright sun that heals even the whole planet. No wonder your mother was assigned to try to break you. That woman was already manipulated by quite a lot, and her soul is also, I'm supposed to emphasize that this whole thing is being washed and healed. Totally washed and healed and reborn. Like all things. All things come to a birth and to a death. But it's never a death. It's always a rebirth. Of the expression and the identity, because of wisdom and development through experience. And so you're in the light of all right now. You're just this massive glowing light. It's incredible to me right now that I'm experiencing this. It's amazing. It's the most beautiful thing right now for me. It's so wonderful. So I'm just... because that was so energetically powerful. I'm freaking out right now. That was intense. That was good freak out. That was a really good freak out. From this orb of light is reborn. Your soul is sort of coming out as a reborn expression of its identity. actually waking up is sort of like the egg hatch and you just came out the bottom of it because it was sort of levitating up in the space like a sun with an earth in it, but all you could see is a bright glowing light, and it just sort of cracked, and then out came you. It's sort of a beautiful angel expression, and you're just totally renewed, refreshed. None of that stuff even matters anymore. That stuff we don't even know what that was. Everything, the SHIT pile, I don't even know what that was anymore. That doesn't even have any value at this point. All that matters is this beautiful new expression that you are totally reborn in the light. Totally refreshed. You look like such a beautiful angel. You're something very feminine about your angelic expression. You're actually look very feminine. Even what is not massive wings, but sort of smaller, like feminine wings or something. They're cute. They're cute wings. They're like Victoria's Secret style sized wings or something. There's something cute about them. There's something really feminine about your sort of angel reflection. Even wearing something really like almost a little underdressed but there's something really beautiful about your divine feminine expression and angelic expression intertwined into one. I'm telling you, the harmonies I'm experiencing right now are really immaculate, really high vibration, really sacred, really extraordinary, really beautiful. Really adoring, revering your identity right now. So much energy doing that right now for you, because this is a really big deal that you've gotten to this point. Don't let yourself get stuck where we were in the beginning. You got that? Because that place doesn't have any value anymore. None of that stuff has any value anymore because you are totally new and different. You don't have any relationship with whatever that chaos world was. It's not you anymore. You are different now. You're this. You're this super reflection that was just reborn from all of this chaos, all of this calamity, all of this just ultimate destruction of identity in order to be reborn into something this impressive, this beautiful, this extraordinary. It's really something to revere as your reborn soul expression. I'm supposed to identify again that your reborn soul expression is an angel. You're supposed to know that. And as an angel, you seem to know who and what you are now. And you seem to be quite capable and self-sufficient. You have no bother, you don't bother with anything that is of a lesser vibration than this. But you know how to love all things without it creating a calamity in your emotional state of being. You actually just choose to love and acknowledge who and what and why, and then understand what it is that you are a reflection of and choosing to align with that vibration. That is what this is about now. Just being understanding, unconditionally loving, and acknowledging that that is not me. This is me. I am a gift from heaven. I am a reflection of heaven. I am an angel. And now experience who and what you are now, because this is you now. It's really amazing. My nose, it's just, the itchy comes out, or the yawny. One or the other will take place. Okay. Eugen, I'm supposed to allow you to, will come to a close now. Your soul's really amazing. I can't even believe what I've had to go to get you to this point is so worth it to me. To have healed all of that space, to help your mother's soul, to help all those souls. But what is more amazing to me is to rebirth your soul. Your soul is worth it, is so deserving of this. Really a special soul. The way you are right now is really impressive. I don't get to experience that energy all the time, and it's just really special to me. Every soul is really unique and really special in its own way. So the way your soul feels is just really beautiful to me right now. It's really special. Okay, I'm going to call this the end of your journey. Thank you so much for this experience. It's meant a lot to me. And for those of you who are watching, if you would like to experience a soul rebirth journey with me, please connect with me at my website, abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you so much for watching.